Hi, this is Jess with Modern Do-It-Yourself Bride. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a wedding vow book using Cricut Print, then Cut. Links to all the files I use in today's tutorial can be found in the description below. The first step in this tutorial is to open Cricut Design Space and start on the cover. So right here you can see I've opened the vow book template blank. Again, a link to this file is in the description below. I'm going to customize. And this is just bringing up the cover. So we have a square cut for the cover, a score line, and 3 circle cuts. And the circle cuts I really like to use because they're very symmetrical and it just helps have a finished look and a very symmetrical look to the cover when you bind it together with the thread. I've seen people use staples or poke a hole through with a needle, and I just prefer the symmetrical circle cuts that my machine can make for me. All right, next we're going to upload the hers design file. So I'm just going to upload the image, find it in my computer, and when I bring it in for this particular image, I'm going to select moderately complex. And this is the space that if you wanted to remove some objects, you could do that here. This file is just fine, so I'm going to bring it in and then save it as a print then cut image. Select it and then insert the image. So now we just need to resize so it fits nicely on the cover. And then center it where you would like. Here is the part that is really important when you're using the Cricut Print Then Cut feature. Right now, right here it says the line type is cut and the fill is print. If you were to send this to your Cricut right now, it would want to print, it would place an outline here, it would print it, and then when you load it into your Cricut, it would cut around all of these edges, and we don't want that for this project. So I'm going to select the rectangle and then hold down my shift key and select the image that we've uploaded, and I'm going to flatten it. So now when we go to the next step of sending it to our printer, it's going to print this entire thing, and then it knows just to cut, your Cricut machine knows just to cut around this rectangle. Okay, next step is selecting all of our cuts and prints and attaching it to our mat. And then select Make It. You can see Cricut puts a black rectangle around your design, and that's okay. That is just what your machine will use to scan and make sure everything's aligned, and you won't see this when the product is done. So go ahead and continue, and then you're going to send it to your printer. So you want to make sure when you send it to your printer that you use the system dialog box. That way you can change the settings to include cardstock. So for my particular printer, if I use heavy cardstock, it needs to go through the rear paper feed slot, so it's important that I select that. Okay, so then you just send it to your printer, and once it's done, you can send it to your Cricut. Now it looks like I still need to turn my Cricut machine on, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I have selected my Cricut Maker as my machine. I've printed my design and now I'm ready to send it to the Cricut. So I need to select the material, which is cardstock, and then load the single scoring wheel into your Cricut machine and press start. Once your Cricut Maker has finished using the single scoring wheel, it will prompt you to load the fine point blade into the maker to complete your cover. To work on the inside pages for the vow book. So go ahead and open the vow book template inside pages and customize. All right, we have our 3 pages with our score lines and our circle cuts. We can make sure that we've selected all of the lines and cuts and we've attached it to our mat. Select Make It. Make sure that you have loaded your 12 by 12 white cardstock to your light grip mat. Continue. Select cardstock. Go ahead and load your single scoring wheel into clamp B on your Cricut Maker and then load the mat and press start on your Cricut. After the Cricut does the scoring wheel, it will prompt you to load your fine point blade in clamp B. Go ahead and follow those instructions and finish the cut. And then you're ready to assemble your vow books. That's it for today's tutorial. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more ideas on wedding DIY projects.